Election day in Canada is almost here. And let me tell you, this is shaping up to be one of the most intense and unpredictable showdowns the country has seen in years. The air is thick with anticipation, and you can feel the excitement and maybe a little bit of anxiety everywhere you go. From coast to coast, Canadians are talking politics at coffee shops, in offices, and around dinner tables, all wondering who will come out on top. Picture this. Mark Carney, the new Prime Minister and leader of the Liberal Party, is going head-to-head against the Conservative Party's Pierre Poilievre. It's a classic political duel, but with a fresh twist. Both leaders are determined to prove themselves, and neither is backing down. It's Carney's very first election as Liberal leader, and the pressure is on. He's stepping into the spotlight, hoping to convince Canadians that he's the right person to lead the country forward. The stakes couldn't be higher, and every move he makes is under the microscope. Now, if you've been following the polls, you'll know things are heating up fast. The numbers are shifting almost daily, and political analysts are scrambling to keep up with the latest trends and surprises. At the start of the campaign just a month ago, the Liberals had a comfortable 7-point lead. It looked like Carney might cruise to victory, with his party riding high on a wave of optimism and support, but as of today, that lead has shrunk dramatically, down to just 3 points. Liberals at 42%, Conservatives at 39%. The race has tightened and the momentum seems to be shifting. Every new poll brings a fresh wave of speculation and nervous energy. Some polls are showing it's even closer. In fact, a few suggest the gap could be within the margin of error, meaning this election could truly go either way. There's a real sense of uncertainty out there. Many voters are still undecided, weighing their options and listening carefully to what each leader has to say. So what's going on? Why is this race so close? And what's driving the sudden shift in momentum? Well, last month's debate between Carney and Poilievre definitely shook things up. The two leaders clashed on everything from the economy to healthcare, and their fiery exchanges made headlines across the country. And let's be honest, when you've got two strong personalities like these, trading blows on national TV, voters start to rethink their choices. The debate was a turning point, sparking new conversations and making some people question their initial loyalties. But, and this is a big but, most pollsters still say the Liberals are favoured to win. Despite the tightening race, the numbers suggest Carney still has a slight edge, at least for now. Why? It's not just about who gets more votes across the country. Canada's electoral system is a unique puzzle, and winning isn't as simple as getting the most support overall. It's about where those votes are. The distribution of support across key battleground ridings can make all the difference. In Canada, a handful of swing ridings can tip the balance of power, and both parties are pouring resources into these crucial areas. Canada's system, a lot like the US Electoral College, means some regions carry more weight in terms of seats in Parliament. Winning big in the right places can be more important than winning by a landslide in others. So, even if the overall vote is super close, the map could still tilt in the Liberals' favour. It's a game of strategy, and both parties are playing to win every last seat. Sébastien Dallaire, a top polling analyst, calls it a distortion. And it's one of those quirks that makes Canadian elections so fascinating and honestly a little unpredictable. The outcome can hinge on just a few thousand votes in the right places. Let's not forget, this is Carney's first real test as leader. He's been preparing for months, but nothing compares to the pressure of a national campaign. He took over after Justin Trudeau last year, stepping into some pretty big shoes. Now he's facing off against a Conservative leader who's been gearing up for this moment for a long time, building support and sharpening his message. The stakes, huge. The outcome of this election will shape Canada's direction for years to come, from climate policy to the economy, healthcare and beyond. A win would solidify Carney's place on the national stage, giving him a mandate to pursue his vision and lead the country into a new era. A loss, well, it would be a major upset, shaking up the political landscape and raising big questions about the future of the Liberal Party. Canadians are turning out in huge numbers, determined to make their voices heard. The energy at campaign events is electric, and you can sense that something historic is about to happen. So, as the country heads to the polls on Monday, the margin is razor thin, the energy's electric, and every single vote is going to matter. This is democracy in action, and it's anyone's game. I'll be glued to the results, and if you care about the future of Canada, you probably will be too. The whole nation will be watching as the numbers roll in, waiting to see who will lead the country next. Stay tuned because this one's going down to the wire. No matter what happens, it's going to be a night to remember in Canadian politics.